Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am preparing video lessons for O-level students. Today I am going to discuss answers for 2017 Science 2 Part B paper. If you have a copy of this paper, you can answer the paper first and participate in the discussion. If you don't have a copy of the paper, when the question is on the screen, you can stop the video and answer. Then continue video for the discussion. Question number 5. Now read the question and answer. Part A. Some components in the human blood are given below. Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, proteins, glucose, calcium ions, urea. Part 1. Which blood cells are most abundant in blood? Red blood cells, or we say erythrocytes, in short we say RBC. If your answer is correct, you can earn 1 mark. Part 2. Of the components given above, A. Write 2 components that belong to blood plasma. Proteins, glucose, urea, calcium ions. For any answer, any 2 answers, you can earn 2 marks. Part B. State a nitrogenous waste material present in blood. Urea, you can earn 1 mark. Part 3A. Given below is a diagram of blood cell that belongs to a certain type. To which component given above does this cell belong? You can see the diagram on the next page. Your answer is white blood cells. You can earn 1 mark. Part B. State the function that blood component to which the cell given in A above belongs. To prevent the body from diseases. Or you can write destroying germs, destroying bacteria, immunization, producing antibodies. You can earn 1 mark for your answer. Part 4A. Write a disease associated with blood circulatory system of the human. Atherosclerosis, hypertension, high blood pressure, hypotension, low blood pressure, thrombosis, coronary thrombosis, heart attack. You can earn 1 mark if you have written a correct answer. B. In a person suffering from dengue, which component decreases drastically? Platelets. You can earn 1 mark. Part 5. Briefly explain the process of regulation of blood glucose level in human. When blood glucose is increased, insulin is secreted by islets of Langerhans and glucose is converted into glycogen. So rate of metabolism is increased. By this, glucose level is regulated. You can write as an equation glucose with the presence of insulin converted into glycogen. When blood glucose level is decreased, glucagon is secreted by islets of Langerhans. Glycogen is converted into glucose. Rate of metabolism is decreased. By this, glucose level is regulated. Glycogen with the presence of glucagon converted into glucose. You can earn 2 marks for your correct answer. Now write answers for the part B. Part 1. Steps of a plant grafting method are shown in the figure given below. A. What is the name given to the above grafting method? This method is twig grafting. You can earn 2 marks. Part B. Write respectively the names given to parts A and B according to this grafting method. A is the scion, B is the stalk. You can earn 2 marks. C. Of the parts A and B, characteristic of which part does the daughter plant get? Characteristics of A or scion. You can earn 1 mark. Part 2. Flower is the structure that contributes to sexual reproduction of plants. Name the 3 parts that the gynoecium of a flower consists of. 3 parts are the ovary, style and stigma. You can earn 3 marks. Part B. Write 2 changes that take place in a flower after fertilization. You can write ovary develops to form the fruit. Sepals, petals, stamens, stigma are worn out. Fertilized ovules develop to seeds. Wall of the ovules become the testa or the seed coat. Wall of the ovary becomes the pericarp. You can earn 2 marks. Now you can total your marks and present out of 20. Question number 6. First answer the questions. Part A. The structures W, X, Y and Z given below are the monomers of some polymers. Part 1. State a derivative of ethene from the monomers W, X, Y and Z. All these 4 are monomers because they have only a single bond here. Here 2 single bonds are there. Right? Here 1 single bond. Derivative means the derivative is formed by replacing hydrogen atoms in a monomer by another element. If one hydrogen atom is replaced by one chlorine atom, then C, Cl, H, H, H. So this is the chloroethene. It is one derivative. If all 4 hydrogen atoms are replaced by fluorine atoms, then C2F4 is formed. This is tetrafluoroethene. So derivatives are W and Z for chloroethene and tetrafluoroethene. You can earn 1 mark for that. Part 2. Name the polymers which are formed by the monomers W, X and Y respectively. W is this, X and Y is this. So the polymer formed by chloroethene is polychloroethene, or we say polyvinyl chloride. Polymer formed by ethene is polythene, or we say polyethene or polyethylene. Polymer formed by the Y means isoprene, so polymer is the polyisoprene. W, polyvinyl chloride or polychloroethene, or in short PVC. X, polythene, polyethene, polyethylene. Y, rubber, natural rubber or polyisoprene. You can earn 3 marks for that. Part 3. What is the natural polymer among the polymers that you stated into above? Natural polymer is the rubber or polyisoprene. Now answer the part B of the question. In the following figures, 2 cells are given as A and B. Part 1. from the above two cells A and B, which is the electrolytic cell. B is the electrolytic cell. There are two electrodes, electrolyte, and two cells. A is the electrochemical cell. There are two electrodes and electrolyte. Two electrodes are connected with the wire. Part 2. Write one observation that could be obtained when cell A operates. When the cell A is operated, gas bubbles are evolved near the ion electrode. Zinc electrode is dissolved gradually. The cell is heated. You can earn 1 mark for part 1, part 2 also 1 mark. Then part 3a, write the cathodic reaction that takes place in cell B. Cathodic reaction is gaining of electrons by sodium ion. So sodium ion gain 1 electron and form a sodium atom. You can earn 2 marks. Part B, what is the name commonly given to the electrodes where oxidation reaction takes place in both cells? That is anode. Always the electrode that oxidation is taken place is the anode. The electrode that reduction is taken place is the cathode. Part 4. What is the reason for not using cell B in the production of sodium metal industrially? That is due to the forming sodium chloride again by joining sodium and chlorine. You can earn 1 mark. Now write answers for the C1. Three instances relevant to separation of components from mixtures are given below. First one, separation of various minerals from mineral sands. Second one, separation of petroleum by the mineral oil refinery. Third one, obtaining distilled water from well water. Write the separation methods used in the instances 1, 2 and 3 above respectively. First one is the separation of various metals from mineral sands. That is mechanical separation, or we say physical separation. Filtering, sieving, separating by magnets are the methods that we follow. Second one, separation of petroleum by mineral oil refinery, that is fractional distillation. Third one, obtaining distilled water from well water, that is simple distillation. You can earn 3 marks. Part 2. Distilled water is commonly used as a solvent when preparing standard solutions in laboratory. A. Calculate the mass of sodium chloride required to prepare a 100 cubic centimeter of 1 moles per cubic decimeter sodium chloride solution. The molar mass of sodium chloride is 58.5 grams per mole. So mass of a mole is 58.5 grams. Concentration is 1 mole per cubic decimeter. Then the mass of sodium chloride needed to make 1000 cubic centimeter solution of concentration of 1 moles per cubic decimeter equals 58.5 grams. Then you can find the mass of sodium chloride needed to make 1 milliliter or 1 cubic centimeter solution of the same concentration. It is equal to 58.5 divided by 1000 in grams. Then you can find the mass of sodium chloride needed to make 100 milliliters or 100 cubic centimeters solution of same concentration. Then 58.5 divided by 1000, then multiplied by 100 in grams, that is 5.85 grams. For all three steps you can earn 3 marks. Part B. Write in order the steps that are followed in the laboratory when preparing the sodium chloride solution mentioned in A above. First step, measuring 5.85 grams of sodium chloride by triple beam balance accurately. Put in the measured sodium chloride sample into volumetric flask of 1000 cubic centimeters. Adding a small quantity of distilled water into the flask and dissolving sodium chloride well. Then add in distilled water till the final volume gets 100 cubic centimeters. You can earn 3 marks for all the steps. Answer question number 7. It is necessary to be vigilant and obey road rules when using highways. Part 1. It is important for the driver as well as passengers to wear seat belts in the vehicle when traveling on highways. What is the reason for this? When traveling in vehicles, driver and passengers have the velocity of the vehicle. When brakes are applied, they will move forward. To prevent from this, seat belts should be worn. You can earn 1 mark. Part 2. Write down the Newton's law of motion which is connected to the answer you mentioned in 1 above. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. This is the third law of motion. You can earn 2 marks. Part 3. The displacement time graph for the motion of the vehicle A which travel on an expressway from the beginning to end at the maximum permissible velocity is given here. Here it has been assumed that the expressway is horizontal and it is in a straight line. Answer the following questions using the graph. Part A. What is the length of the expressway? The graph is a displacement time graph. The motion is in a straight line. So displacement equal to the distance moved. It is equal to the length of the expressway. By the graph you can get the displacement 27,000 meters. So the length of the expressway is 27,000 meters or 27 kilometers. You can earn 1 mark. Part B. Calculate the maximum permissible velocity that a vehicle can be driven in that expressway. To find the velocity, you should know the displacement and time taken. By the graph, you can get the displacement and the time. Displacement is 27,000 meters, time taken 1000 seconds. So velocity equals 27,000 meters divided by 1000 seconds. Then 27 meters per second. You can earn 2 marks for this. Part 4. In heavy rain days, the drivers are advised to maintain 15 meters per second as the maximum velocity for a vehicle that is driven on the expressway mentioned in 3 above. A. What is the main reason for advising the drivers not to drive the vehicles at a higher velocity when heavy rain exists? To prevent from accidents or to prevent from slippery. You can earn 1 mark. B. Explain scientifically your answer in A above. When raining, friction between the rod and tires is less, so brakes will not be applied properly. Due to that, accidents can occur. You can earn 2 marks. Part C. On a heavy rainy day, the motion of the vehicle B which travelled from the beginning to the end of the expressway mentioned in 3 above was as follows. It started from the rest and uniformly accelerated in the first 10 seconds and acquired maximum velocity 15 meters per second. Thereafter it travelled at the same velocity for a certain time, and in the last 10 seconds it uniformly decelerated and came to the rest at the end of the expressway. Including the given information, draw a rough sketch of the velocity time graph for the motion of vehicle B. Now refer to the description again. It started from the rest, means initial velocity is 0 and uniformly accelerated in the first 10 seconds. So for first 10 seconds the motion is uniform acceleration and acquired maximum velocity 15 meters per second. So in the velocity axis the maximum velocity should be 15 meters per second. Thereafter it travelled at the same velocity for a certain time. That time duration is not given. And in the last 10 seconds it uniformly decelerated and came to the rest at the end of the expressway. So you can draw the graph by this way. You can earn marks for naming axis 1 mark, for the shape of the graph 1 mark, writing the velocity as 15 meters per second and time as 10 seconds 1 mark. Part D. Find the total time taken by vehicle P to travel on the expressway. Here you have to find the time taken. You know the total distance traveled, that is 27,000 meters. So by the graph you can find the total distance traveled. It is equal to the area of the trapezium. So area of the trapezium equal half into addition of the two parallel sides into perpendicular height between the two parallel lines. So you can write 27,000 equals half into 10 plus t plus 10 plus t into 15. Then t equals 1790. Then total time is the 1790 plus 20. It is 1810. You can earn 3 marks for your answer. Part E. If the mass of the vehicle B is 3000 kg, find its momentum at the instance when it travelled in the maximum velocity. Momentum equals mass into velocity. Then mass is 3000 kg, velocity is 15 meters per second. So the answer is 45,000 kilogram meters per second. You can earn 2 marks. Now write answers for part 5. When drivers are driving vehicles, it is important to pay attention to the side mirrors in front of the vehicles for the prevention of accidents. A. What type of curved mirrors are used as side mirrors of the vehicles? Convex mirrors are used as side mirrors of vehicles. You can earn 1 mark. Part B. How does paying attention to those mirrors contribute to prevent road accidents when the vehicles are driven? Backside is seen well, or convex mirror gives wider angle of view. Always upright image is formed. Image distance is less than object distance. So if you have written any explanation including one of the above facts, you can earn 2 marks. Now write answers for question number 8 part A. A diagram relevant to the experiment carried out by Mendel on inheritance using garden pea plant is given below. Parents phenotype, round seed and wrinkled seed. Genotype, capital R and simple r, simple r. Gametes form capital R and simple R. F1 generation phenotype is round C. Genotype capital R, simple R. Part 1. What are the contrasting characters used in this experiment? Round seeds and wrinkled seeds are the contrasting characters. You can earn 2 marks. Part 2. In which step does meiosis occur during this process? When forming gametes. You can earn 1 mark. Part 3a. According to the above experiment, show using a diagram how characters are inherited in a monohybrid cross of F1 generation. You can prepare the above chart. Genotype F1 generation, capital R, simple R and capital R, simple R. So gametes form capital R, simple R, capital R, simple R. So F2 generation, capital R, simple R, capital R, simple R and simple R, simple R. Or you can draw the Punnett chart. Then you can earn 3 marks. Part B. Write the genotypes and corresponding phenotypes of the offsprings obtained in F2 generation in the above process. Capital R, round seeds. Capital R, simple R, round seeds. Simple R, wrinkle seeds. You can earn 3 marks. Part 4. Transmission of inherited characters to the next generation as stated above is common to all living organisms. Accordingly, explain briefly the importance of not having marriages between blood relations. Due to marriages among blood relatives, phenotypically express recessive characters. It will help to get hereditary diseases. 2 marks. Part B. Several electric appliances used in a house are given below: television, fluorescent lamp, microwave oven, immersion heater, hot plate, and electric iron. Part 1. When some appliances mentioned above are used, it is necessary to use 3-pin plugs. A. From these appliances, name one appliance with which a 3-pin plug must be used: microwave oven, hot plate, or immersion heater. For any answer, 1 mark. Part B. What is the importance of using the 3-pin plug for the appliance you mentioned in A above? To prevent from accidents due to electric leakage. You can earn 1 mark. Part 2. Write down the main energy form that the electric energy converts into when television operates: light energy, sound energy, heat energy, radiation energy. For any answer, 1 mark. Part 3. Television is operated by a remote control. A. As what type of waves are the signals sent to the television by remote control? As infrared rays, or you can write electromagnetic waves. 1 mark. Part B. Write 2 characteristics of the wave type that you have mentioned in A above. Do not require a material medium for propagation. Travel at the speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second in a vacuum. No effect from external electric or magnetic fields. Having no charge. Being transverse waves. Not visible. Frequencies between 10 to the power 12 Hz to 10 to the power 14 Hz approximately. Wavelength between 10 to the power minus 6 meters and 10 to the power minus 3 meters. You can earn 2 marks. Part 4. The power of some appliances mentioned above are given in the following table. appliance and power is given. A. Television 125 watts. B. Fluorescent lamp 18 watts. C. Microwave oven 1500 watts. D. Electric iron 1200 watts. In a certain day, all these four appliances were operated during 1 hour and 30 minutes period. A. Arrange A, B, C and D in the ascending order of the electric energy consumption during the time of operation. Calculations are not expected. So minimum power is 18, that is B, then 125 A, then 1200 D, then microwave oven 1500 C. So the answer is BADC. B. Calculate the electric energy consumed by A during that time. The time duration is 1 hour and 30 minutes. You have to find the electric energy consumed. Energy equals power into time taken. E equals PT. So you can apply P as 125 in watts, in kilowatts 125 over 1000. Time taken 1 hour and 30 minutes means 3 over 2. Then the electric energy consumed is 3 over 16 kilowatt hours. Or you can apply E equals PT. E is energy consumed. P equals 125 watts. T is the time taken in seconds, 1.5 into 60 into 60. So energy equals 675,000 joules or 675 kilojoules. You can earn 2 marks. Question number 9. A. The three solutions NaOH, HCl and NaCl of concentration 1 moles per cubic decimeter are put separately into test tubes A, B and C. Part 1. The test carried out by a student to identify the solutions separately and the observations made are given in the table below. Test 1. Dip red and blue litmus papers in the solution in tube A. Observation. Blue litmus did not show any color change. Red litmus turned to blue. If the red litmus turns to blue, it should be a base. So A should be a base, that is sodium hydroxide. Test 2. Dip red and blue litmus papers in the solution B. Observation. Red and blue litmus did not show any color change. If the blue and red litmus do not show any color change, it should be a neutral solution. So B should be NaCl. Then C should be HCl. Your question is, mention the solutions in test tubes A, B and C respectively. A NaOH, B NaCl, C HCl. You can earn 3 marks. Part 2. When 100 ml of each of the solutions NaOH and HCl stated above were mixed in a thermally insulated vessel, the temperature of the mixture rose up to 5 degrees Celsius. A. Write the balanced chemical equation for the reaction between NaOH and HCl. This is an acid-base reaction. When an acid is reacted with the base, always a salt and water is formed. So when sodium hydroxide reacts with HCl, it forms sodium chloride and water. So balanced equation is NaOH plus HCl forms NaCl plus H2O. You can earn 2 marks. Part B. Calculate the heat change associated with the reaction mentioned above. Take the specific heat capacity of water as 4200 joules per kg per degree Celsius and the density of water as 1 grams per cubic centimeters. To find the heat change, you have to apply Q equals mc theta. M is the mass, C is the specific heat capacity, theta is the temperature change. To find the mass, here the total volume of the mixture is 200 milliliters. We take the density of the mixture equal to the density of water. So the mass of the solution should be 200 grams. In kilograms, 200 over 1000. And we assume the specific heat capacity of mixture also equal to the specific heat capacity of water. So C is 4200 joules per kg per degree Celsius. Temperature change is 5 degrees. So you can apply in the equation and simplify. Then Q equals 4200 joules or 4.2 kilojoules. This reaction is an exothermic reaction. So heat change or delta H should be a negative value. So your answer, heat change equals minus 4200 joules or minus 4.2 kilojoules. You can earn 3 marks. Part 3. Write 2 assumptions that you made when determining the heat change associated with the reaction between NaOH and HCl stated above. No heat loss occurs. Heat produced is totally used to increase the temperature. Second one, specific heat capacity of the mixture is equal to the specific heat capacity of water. Third one, density of the mixture is equal to the density of water. For any correct two facts, you can earn 2 marks. Part B, the sun, atmosphere, land and the sea are natural resources. Part 1, the sun's surface temperature is approximately 5800 Kelvin. A. What is the surface temperature of sun in Celsius? To convert Kelvin into Celsius, we have to subtract 273, or very correct value 273.15 from the Kelvin temperature. So your answer is 5800 minus 273, that means 5527 degrees Celsius, or 5800 minus 273.15, it is 5526.85 degrees Celsius. You can earn 1 mark. B. In which heat transferring method does the heat transfer from sun to the earth? There are 3 methods of transferring heat: conduction, convection and radiation. Heat is transferred from sun to the earth by radiation. C. Explain scientifically how the sea breeze is formed in daytime due to sun's heat. In daytime, land is heated more relative to the sea. Then air on the land gets heated and goes up. Due to this, air stream is blown towards the land from the sea. You can earn 3 marks. Part 2. In a certain day, the atmospheric pressure at sea level was 76 mercury centimeters and the atmospheric pressure at 10 km above sea level was 20 mercury centimeters. A. Name a laboratory instrument which is used to take the measurements of atmospheric pressure stated above. There are 2 instruments, Android barometer and mercury barometer. So you can write Android barometer or mercury barometer. Barometer also accepted. You can earn 1 mark. B. What is the reason for the pressure difference observed above? From sea level to upwards, the height of the air column is decreased. So the pressure is decreased. Or you can write, from the sea level to upwards, density of air is decreased. Due to this, pressure of the air is decreased. You can earn 1 mark. Part 3. Calculate the hydrostatic pressure at a place 2 kilometers deep from the sea level. Take the density of seawater as 1050 kilograms per cubic meters and acceleration due to gravity as 10 meters per square seconds. Then you can apply pressure equals h rho g, height into density into gravitational acceleration. So height is 2 kilometers, in meters 2 into 1000. Density 1050 kilograms per cubic meters. Gravitational acceleration 10 meters per second. When you simplify, you will get the answer 21 into 10 to the power 6 pascals or newtons per square meters. You can earn 3 marks for that. Now you can total your marks. In the next video, I hope to discuss 2017 Science 2 Part A paper, that is the structured paper. So get ready with the paper. If you can answer the paper, it is better to answer the question paper first. Thank you.